Bienvenidos to the Latina Gringas podcast, your official Latina Rebelde podcast where we are explicit and exquisite. I am Faith.
And I am Shazzy.
And we are the Latina Gringas.
Latina
So
Gringas.
welcome in today. And Shazzy's going to take it away with a little disclaimer.
Everybody, as you know now, esconda a su mamá, esconda a sus hijos, esconda a sus perros, a sus gatitos. Pero a la abuelita, si le gusta tomar aguardiente, tapa azul, ella está muy bienvenida.
Specificamente tapa azul. And if you guys don't know what we mean by that, because we have had questions, tapa azul is a type of aguardiente in Colombia. Aguardiente is
Colombia.
The water of Colombians.
Exactly. My husband likes to say that I am fire water, just like aguardiente, because I'm a Cancer sign. And he's like, but you're so spicy. I'm like, that's
spicy
right.
water.
I am aguardiente. Exactly.
Like fizzy water, like
yeah, but disclaimer in English here. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your dogs and your cats. Hide grandma, unless she likes to hang out with the cool kids and drink tapa azul aguardiente and stay up to the late hours of the night hearing us talk.
All right.
Welcome to Latina Gringa National.
So today's topic, let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me wanna talk about sex. Brown cow.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm going to start a hashtag, Shazzy's Serenades. I love when she serenades us, you guys. It's the best. So yeah, so today we're talking about sex and orgasms.
Hot topic.
Chorizos and arepas. So if
we're talking about sausages and corn cakes.
Yes,
sausages and corn cakes. The Colombian corn cake or the Venezuelan one. If you missed that episode, go back. It was 2 episodes ago. It's called Your Vagina Has a PhD.
Go back to episode 2 and listen in, and then you'll find more facts about it. So yeah. So today we're talking about sex and orgasms, and we have a few different facts and one controversial topic that we're going to go over.
Boom, boom, boom.
So if you're someone that likes to listen to careless whisper while you make the act of love, this episode is for you, baby. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get right into it.
I have no idea what's coming at me, you guys. This is completely all I know is what we're going to talk about, but I don't know the specifics of it. So let's all be surprised together. Oh my gosh, you're laughing already. Can't even read the first question.
Fact or myth, Shazzy?
All right.
Can an orgasm relieve menstrual cramps?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to say fact. Not because I've experienced that myself, but because that's what I've heard and what I've read. So, is it?
It is indeed a fact.
Oh my gosh.
Or masturbation can relieve the pain of menstrual cramps. The chemical and muscular cascade involved in having an orgasm may relieve period pain.
Wow.
This is a study done by doctors. So all of these facts and myths, before we really, really dive deep into this, we are not medical professionals. We just like to read this shit and go over it. So just
and talk about it and insert our own opinions.
Yes. So just
and if we don't like the fact that we're reading, we'll make up our own.
Yeah, we'll make up our own, and that's gonna go even more wrong. So
yes, exactly. We'll let you know, hey, we made up this fact, so don't fact check us because we already know it's wrong.
Don't fact check. We just like to talk about this shit. I just work here.
Exactly. I just work here. Don't come at me, bro.
So that is fact number 1. So indeed, orgasms can relieve menstrual cramps based on the chemical release your body gives off, the hormonal release.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, pain is associated with the brain. You know what I mean? Like that's where we have all of our sensory. So if your brain is being released with all the good feel-good hormones, your oxytocin, your dopamine or whatever, which is what an orgasm does for you, it makes complete sense. Now, I will say, I am of I Aunt Flo tends to be very intense for me. So
Same.
I can't say that I've attempted to relieve my menstrual cramps via an orgasm, right? Because all I want to do is just take a crap ton of Tylenol and ibuprofen, maybe mix in a little bit of alcohol.
Of
I'm not
tapasod.
recommending tapasud. I'm not recommending anyone does that. It's bad for your liver. My doctor does call it the menstrual cocktail though.
Okay.
Because my cramps are so bad. And I just muted myself by mistake.
Shout out to Shazzy's gyno. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah, she calls it the menstrual cocktail, and because I'm just miserable. I think I mentioned earlier, like it's been bad, and I'm
Mhm.
41 and it's still bad. And I wish it would go away, and it never
Sucks.
has. And my mom loves to say, "Well, it's because you're a spinster." She's like, "Your cramps would have gone away if you had children." I'm like, "Okay,
Oh my
whatever. I don't
gosh.
know if that's scientific or not, but
If that's scientifically
whatever."
accurate.
I'm like, "Okay, mom, whatever." But
The
yeah,
women
can't say I've tried.
the women in my family still experience insane cramps and they have had children. I
Okay.
have
See,
horrible
yes.
cramps, but
Yeah.
that's probably the last thing I want to do when
That's
I'm
what I'm
on my period. Like I
saying.
literally am like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm
Okay,
kind of like
okay.
that.
For the ladies listening out there, please let us know. Have you relieved your menstrual cramps via orgasm,
Hmm.
whether being with your partner or with a device, you know?
Hmm.
Let us know. And did it work?
Did it work?
Did it work? What was your technique? What happened? What was the cleanup look like?
Yeah.
Did you plan it out? Did you put down like black bed sheets? Like what happened? Please spill the tea. I need to know.
Maybe it was a little shower moment. You never know.
A shower moment. Well,
A
that
little
would make the
shower
most sense
moment.
to me. Faith, you see
Making the
the
cleanup
creative
easy.
one. Yes, because I can't imagine like what you put towels down. Like what happens to your mattress? Are you putting? I could only imagine like like an episode of Dexter. Did you ever watch Dexter? Where he puts. Did you ever watch Dexter?
Yeah, I
Before
have.
I go, you
Mhm.
did. Okay, okay, okay. So it's like you put down like the plastic, and like you're just like
I
before
think
something looks like a crime scene.
in this case, I think the shower recommendation. I don't have sex on my period because I hate the world on my period and I
It's
don't
for
like
real.
anything and all I
Yeah.
want to do is eat $5 biggie bags from Wendy's with sweet and sour sauce and maybe a
You're very
chocolate
lucky that
frosty.
you're 22 years old. You have no idea. Right now, I'm wearing a lot of makeup, so you can't really see it. But right here, right there, I put a lot of cover up on it. 2 periods ago, I get these mad cravings for like super, super spicy food. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, when I'm on
I
my period.
love spicy food.
So one of my horrible addictions, like one of those vices that I have, is eating hot Cheetos.
Oh my God, they're the fucking best.
They're the
I
best,
love
right?
hot
And the
Cheetos.
worst, they made me break out so bad because I sat in my car. I went to Walgreens and I bought like one of like the not the biggest size you can get, but not the smallest either. It was like the good in between size.
Mhm.
And I opened up the bag and I just start eating it in my car. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And then of course, 3 days later, I get like the worst freaking zit right in the middle of my cheek. That it's like one of those that you can't pop because if you pop, it's gonna inflame even more. Yeah, that's I
Ooh,
can't
and it's
like.
just like painful to touch. Oh, I
Oh,
get
it's
those
painful
too.
to touch, it's all the things, like, I was doing, like, the whole, like, jade roller on it,
Mhm.
like, everything, I was like, "No." It was
Oh my God.
so, yeah,
It's
so
the
my body
Cheetos
was
souvenir. I get those
it's
all the
the
time
oh my god,
on my
girl.
forehead.
Yeah, no, that shit's bad for you, like, I can't imagine what it does to your gut, it can't be good. If your face ends up looking like that after you eat hot Cheetos, what is it doing to your insides? What do your insides look like?
And does it burn coming out? Yeah.
Yeah. Chorizos, arepas,
Hot Cheetos.
y hot Cheetos.
Okay, Shazzy.
Oh my god,
So
yes. I'm
we have
ready.
another myth or fact. There are two kinds of orgasms, vaginal and clitoral.
Mhm.
Vaginal orgasms are better than clitoral orgasm. Myth or fact?
So the first part I'm going to say is fact. The second part, I don't know if it's better. That is completely subjective. Like, now I'm going to ask, did a man write that or did a woman? Like, who says what gets to be better? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what determines that? You know?
So, it is all indeed a myth. And this was a study done in Suffolk University,
Wait,
doctor by a
wait,
doctor.
wait. So there's no such thing as having a clitoral versus a vaginal
So,
orgasm?
this is where the
Wait,
spicy
I
part comes in.
fully disagree. Okay, keep going.
So that's where the interesting part is because it says here
Yeah.
all orgasms result from clitoral stimulation. Even orgasms we experience in our vaginas and cervixes are due to stimulation of the internal parts of the clitoris. So, this was a study done at a university. However, I don't know. That one seems a little sketchy.
So I will say this. My orgasms are very much stimulated by the clitoris. I cannot say that I have ever experienced a purely vaginal orgasm. So I
Same.
can't speak to that, right? So it would make sense what the article is saying.
Yes.
However, the way that the woman experiences it might feel differently,
Yes.
right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, orgasms are different for everybody. They're different
Yeah.
for everybody. And a lot of women won't even have a vaginal orgasm. Like, I mean, like in there kind of orgasm.
And in their kind of orgasm.
You know what I mean? Not on the external,
Right, but on the insides.
but on the inside. A lot of women
Yeah.
don't have that, but some do.
I don't think I ever have had that.
Well, the ones that have are lucky.
Are they? Like,
Are
okay,
they?
if you
What is it like?
what is it like? Please enlighten me. What am I missing out on?
How does it feel to get
How
your
does it feel?
vagina, your vaginal canal all tingly? Let us know.
Let us know. Write us, please, and or send us a message or something and like tell us how it feels because I am so curious now.
And is it different from, yeah, how is it different as well if you have?
Yeah.
Because it says you can experience it both ways. However, it's like our vaginas and cervixes are due to stimulation of the internal parts of the clitoris. So I didn't know that thing was that long because that goes like way
I
back
didn't
in
know
there then too.
either. Okay, now I need to talk to my gynecological friends further.
Yes. Tell us more
And
about the vagine.
yes, please educate us about the vagina and the clitoris. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, she is a one powerful, beautiful thing, isn't she?
Yes, she is absolutely so incredible and powerful.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so we have
I
another.
wait. I'm still stuck on this. So I want to know if anyone has not experienced a clitoral, quote unquote, clitoral orgasm and only has experienced like a vaginal orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to know, like, there's got to be a study out there that,
There
you know,
has to
there
be. There
has to
has to
be.
be.
And if one of you ladies are listening, please let me know and spill the tea as well because I need more information.
It's definitely a super, super interesting topic. I was doing research. I was doing a lot of research on it. I mean, it was only a half an hour research, so
I
a lot
mean,
of
hey, for
research
most
within half an
people,
hour.
that's enough. That's enough of research to write a dissertation these days, you know.
Yeah, typically. So, but I mean, it's definitely a very interesting topic because
Yeah.
it's so healthy to have
So
orgasms as well.
healthy.
Very
Oh my
healthy.
gosh. Like when you're so stressed out, like that is the time to do it. I couldn't agree with you more, Faith.
Mm-hmm.
And not all women are lucky enough to have a partner that gives it to them.
Not that you need one to
No, right.
have
Because
pleasure.
thankfully you
Mm-hmm.
can do that yourself. You can have a great
Yeah,
relationship with yourself. You know what I mean? But totally, you don't need no,
independent.
yeah, you don't need no
But if you
man.
have a partner,
I
I mean,
mean, if
it's
you have a partner, hopefully he's giving you one, right? If you're going to have a partner,
yeah.
please. You know what I mean? If you're he better be giving you one. But yeah, to your point, Faith, thank you for saying that. You don't need one. And I will have a bit of a confession. If my ex-husband's listening to this, my husband, if he's listening to this, he is, he is gonna fall over and die. I did not have my first orgasm until I was in my 30s with a partner. With a partner. Yep. I know, Faith, your face is so cute. You're
Oh my
like in
God.
utter shock. I know. I
Oh
did not
my
have
God.
one until my husband, my now husband. Yep, I know.
Oh
She's
my
muy
God. And that's another
inteligente,
thing. Never
con mucho
lie.
sabor.
Never lie if you didn't have an
Okay.
orgasm. Make
Well,
them feel
Faith.
bad.
Okay, well, Faith now. I am guilty of that. Okay, let's talk about that. I was with my ex-husband for 10 years and never. And I would buy my own toys and I would take care of business on my own when he wasn't around, because if I ever told him the truth, that relationship would have ended much earlier than it did. So I know I'm guilty, you guys. Please don't come at me. I was young and stupid and I didn't know what I was doing. And, and I don't feel bad, honestly, because he was an a-hole anyway. You know what I mean? Like, he was just such an arrogant whatever. And if I were to tell him, it's not like it's not happening, you're not giving me an orgasm, he would have blamed it on me and been like, something's wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So
douchey to do.
totally. Well, that's why that's why he's my husband.
That, honestly,
That's why he's my husband. Yeah. So that's why I never said it, because I knew it wasn't going to result into anything good. And I was just hoping that maybe as my body matured, it would change or something. Because I knew how to have an orgasm with my devices. You know what I mean? Like, I had the bullet, I had all the things. Like, it was like I had no problems walking into a sex shop and like buying like my stuff. Like, I know how to take care of myself. But something happened with my ex and I that it didn't work out. But let me tell you, he thought that he had accomplished it every single time. So, it was kind of like break his soul every single time. Like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Hey. Could you imagine someone that's fully convinced that they're giving their partner an orgasm they're like, they have so much arrogance to be like, and not even ask. Here's the thing. He would never even ask to be like, hey, did you have an orgasm? Like, no.
he just assumed it. He thought it was a shit.
He just assumed it. He was just like, I'm so good in bed. Like, my poor husband, when he listens to this episode, you poor thing. Go ahead and skip ahead if you don't want to hear this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But seriously, like, and now my sweet husband, like, he's someone that like cares. He's like, did I take care of you? Are you good? You know what I mean? And sometimes I feel so guilty because like guys only get to go once, maybe twice if they're like superheroes or something.
Superheroes.
And I go like 8, 10, 12 times.
Yes.
One sitting.
Yes. So when I was doing my 30-minute research today, it says it was a myth or fact. Are you able to climax multiple times in one
go? In one session.
go. I was about to say in one sexing. I didn't know the
in one
word for that.
section.
In one section?
Section. Mm-hmm.
Section. Yeah. Are you able to? Many people are. I mean, women are.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot more stamina in that aspect.
Yeah. Well, stamina. So I wonder.
Well, I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, I don't know if it's stamina, but it's just like our bodies were created differently.
Flower power.
Just because it's a flower power because we evolved to get pregnant, right?
Yes.
So it's just like it's kind of like that. It's like the body's doing its thing to like keep you going. Feel really good so that eventually your body gets pregnant, right?
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is like I just feel so bad for, like I told my husband, the last time, it's just like it's so unfair.
Oh my God.
So unfair. Of course, he's not complaining. But yeah, girl, I am guilty of being the woman of being like, oh yeah, I totally had an orgasm, and then I'm totally lying, and I'll probably like, I don't know, maybe that's I don't know what's gonna happen like karmically, like what's gonna happen to me
Mm.
because I did that, but
I don't think
yeah, I'm
anything. I
guilty.
think if anything, you're doing charity work.
Wait,
Honestly,
wait,
I
tell me more.
so
How am I
I
doing
think
charitable work? Please tell me.
I think a lot of women are guilty of that in their lifetime,
Yeah.
you know? I think it's
Well, it's
like,
hard to tell your partner, and especially like I said, that if they're
yeah.
so arrogant and into themselves that like you're gonna
Mhm.
some men you cannot just like if you give them any level of feedback like that, you destroy their ego and they're done because you're weak. They're
Cuz
not
some
men,
guys,
they're
some
boys.
some men are just never told to shut the fuck up, and they should.
That's right.
Some are just
Society told them, keep talking. Oh, you're not an asshole. You're just a powerful person.
yeah. No.
Exactly.
So that will bring us to our next myth or fact that maybe kind of ties in with our last one.
Okay. Let's do it.
Well, what we just discussed, not our last myth or fact. So
Oh, okay.
this was kind of funny. Well, it's not funny. If you have a serious problem with this, it's not funny. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay. So we'll be sensitive to those that potentially may have an issue with this.
is my vagina broken if I cannot climax with my partner?
Oh, okay.
But I
So
just, because it kind of ties into last.
I sympathize with that. I 100%
Mhm.
sympathize with that because, as I mentioned, I never had one with my husband. So I was like, there's got to be something wrong with me, right? And I never voiced that to my ex because I could hear him being like, something's wrong with you. You're broken. You know, I am going to say that that is a myth. I believe that okay, well, you tell me before I go into my spiel. My
Okay.
spiller.
I will say it is a myth, and it says
Okay.
the fact part of this is that women typically need more time than men to
Yes.
orgasm or to reach
Yes.
climax. Because if you
Yes.
think about it, a guy, I mean, women last, and they need more time, they need more foreplay, they need more attention to,
Emotional connection
yeah, and
too.
that, like, that's
Like,
a
yeah.
whole ordeal. That's not just a
Yeah.
wham bam, thank
Yeah.
you, ma'am, 5 minutes, you're in and out. Like, no,
Right. Or if you
no,
are, good for you.
yeah.
Tell me more.
Like
That
if
sounds
I
amazing.
want an In and Out, I'll go to In and Out and get a damn cheeseburger and animal style fries. That's where I will go. But no, it's like you need
We
to
only have
be.
one In and Out in the state of Utah, by the way. It breaks my heart. I think there's another one coming up soon. But yes, I
I
love
have
me an In
not.
and Out
Oh,
burger.
I love an In and Out burger, strawberry milkshake, animal style fries with chopped chilies. Oh
You keep
shit.
enjoying that. You keep enjoying that, babe.
Oh, but I haven't had
I
that
live
in like.
vicariously through you.
I haven't had that in like 7 years, but it's been so good.
Girl,
So,
the only way my husband and I could eat burgers is if we make them our own at home. Otherwise, he and I are both like hurting the next freaking week, man.
oh.
All right, keep going, keep going, keep
So,
going. In and out, in and out, in and out.
So, I mean, it's like women typically, and it's a fact, it's a proven fact that women need more time than men. Like and there needs to be more stimulation, not only physically but also mentally there.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Hmm.
the gut, I believe that, we know that the gut's connected to the brain. I believe the vagina is also connected to the brain,
Oh yeah, she has
right?
a degree in.
She has
She has a PhD.
PhD.
So she has a PhD in damn
Mhm.
communications, like we said in our 2 episodes ago. So she is
Uh-huh.
connected.
She is very much connected.
Hmm.
Exactly. You know how they say listen to your gut? I say listen to your vagine.
Yes, listen to your vagine.
Listen
Listen
to
to
your vagine.
Virginia.
Yeah, listen to your
Listen to
Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh my god. All right, so I okay, go ahead and read the myth, the fact or myth again.
Okay, so the myth was, oh my gosh, I lost it. Where
It
did it go?
was it was
Is my
that
vagina broken if
broken.
I'm not able to climax? with my partner.
No. Okay, so no. So I felt the same way back when I was like 30 and like in the process of like divorcing my ex-husband. I moved in. I was living in Redondo Beach, California, and I moved into a house full of women in Hermosa Beach. So it was just like a few miles up, and we were like on the beach. It was amazing. And all of the women living in this like mansion, they were all in transition. They were all like going through divorce or some sort of separation or something, right? And we were all living together. And we all started talking about this. It's very, very common for many women to not be able to experience orgasms with their partners. And it's heartbreaking, right? Because you love the person so much. And that's not to say that your intercourse is not great and special, but you're not climaxing, right? And it's so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that sometimes, anyway, this group of women and I, we got into like these deep conversations, and we pulled up YouTube videos about how a woman can work on trying to get to a climax on her own. Like, so you're with your partner, and it's like, what are you doing physically to help your body get there? So there are things that you could do that don't require toys. It doesn't require anything like that, but it just requires like relaxing and working your muscles,
Mm-hmm.
to help you get there. And a lot of it is, it's going to sound weird and crazy. Okay. So don't judge me, but this is one of the things that helped me.
This is a
It's
sex versation, so it's
sex
fine.
for exactly. So it's going to sound totally crazy, but it worked for me. When you're in the middle of intercourse, push into your vagina or into your uh oh my god, your uterus, no,
Clitoris.
where you pee, no, where you pee, your pee
Urethra.
hole, urethra. I was gonna say urethra. Yeah, thank you. I was like, is that the right? It sounds like eureka. your your urethra.
That's like
So
urethra is kind of like if it wasn't what it was, it would be a cool name,
it would be a cool name. It
right?
would be like a really cool band name, urethra. Come
Urethra.
watch your urethra tonight. They're like a metal band.
Oh
There
my
should
god.
be a metal band called Urethra.
Urethra. I'm not I wouldn't be surprised if there was one.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to, so what you want to do is that you want to actually activate your muscles as if you're going to go pee while you're having sex.
Wow.
And I believe that that's why there's a lot of golden showers, because people are actively doing that. Therefore, they do pee while they're having sex.
Wow. That's very
Uh-huh.
interesting.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
drizzle at the same time.
Right. So it's just like you're activating your urethra. You're activating because it's I don't. This is a YouTube video that I watched like over, like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now. So I couldn't tell you the specifics of it. But I remember like us, group of women of 5 of us, we were there together, sitting together in the living room, watching doctors talk about that, like activating and pushing out. Like if you can, and it's actually the action of squeezing and pushing out, squeezing and pushing out.
Oh my
So it's just
gosh.
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's fascinating. So you're squeezing your muscles, but you're also pushing out. And in the action of pushing out, you might pee a little bit, and that's okay because it's going to help you achieve an orgasm. And that's what I started doing, and it worked.
I
Your
never knew that. That's very interesting. That is very,
Eureka!
very urethra.
Eureka!
Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody just skipping? Like, you know how people skip through episodes? And imagine they just land on this part and we're like, urethra.
Urethra!
What is this podcast? Como que carajo está pasando acá?
Estas mujeres están
Están hablando de orgasmos y están hablando de, how do you say
orinándose.
urethra? Orinándose.
Orinándose.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
by all means, look it up yourself, research
Yeah.
it. And I believe that there are ways to work with your partner to make it happen. And of course, your partner has to be patient, and also feedback,
Communication.
communication, feedback. Like I like this. Oh, stay here. Move more like this. Or, you know what I mean? Like actively having communication with your partner in the action of it all, like goes a long freaking way, you know? Also, I feel like you could get really stuck in your head and depressed about the whole thing, which then creates a blockage. And if that's the case, you know, you can always go talk to a therapist, like a sex therapist or whatever, and they can help you with that. So, but yeah, do some more research. There is hope.
Do more than 30-minute research like I did. Do more than 30 minutes.
Yes, and don't be afraid to get dirty with the golden showers.
Yeah, your
It might
vagina's not
just
broken.
it's not broken. Your vagina is not broken and knows what it's doing.
It does. It does. So,
Mhm.
we're going to get into a controversial topic
Oh.
now.
Oh, that wasn't the controversial topic? I thought that was the
Mm,
controversial. Okay. All right, let's go.
So, the controversial topic is that blue balls don't go away until you have an orgasm. So, blue balls, I was reading
Right.
about it, not just for men. I think there's called like blue lips too.
What?
That it's honestly, so the medical term for this is epididymal hypertension. But, however, people with blue balls may experience the following symptoms in their testicles: heaviness, aching, discomfort, or mild pain. And
Mm.
is caused by sexual arousal. So,
Without
people,
without having to actually having an orgasm and
yeah, you've heard of this, right?
yeah.
So, like, if you don't like, if you know, are in the mood, if you're sexually aroused, and this,
And you don't get to
and yeah, and they're like,
come.
oh, I have blue balls, or I have blue lips, I have blue balls.
Okay.
Technically, it's a myth and a fact at the same time, because there's something
Huh.
there's something around that. There's a medical term around that. However, this is where the controversial statement is. If a partner is using that against you
Oh, that's
and
bad.
saying, basically, I
Coercing
have,
you into sex.
yes,
Yeah. No
like,
bueno.
no, you should immediately be like, well, that's not my
This
fucking problem.
relationship is
Yeah.
over.
You should basically consider leaving that immediately,
Yeah,
because
that's
if
called
somebody tries,
manipulation.
that's
That's
manipulation.
bullshit.
So basically, blue balls is, in fact, you will not die because of blue balls, and your balls do not
Gosh.
turn blue. They're just sad from
You're
not
sad.
getting an orgasm. So basically, your blue balls, you can take your blue balls and leave, or
Yes,
your
you
blue
take your
lips.
blue balls and get out of here.
So that was a controversial topic, basically.
Okay.
I mean, there's been some losers that I met. They're like, oh,
Oh,
blue balls.
100%. But that was like back in, I mean, in my 20s. I was young when I haven't heard that since. You know what I mean? I hope
Yeah. No,
older
no, no. I
people are
mean,
not
like,
hearing that.
when maybe I was like a teenager, I
Sure.
did.
Yeah. No, definitely I heard like the boys in high school talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially the jocks. Like, oh, I didn't know. This girl teased me and then I didn't get to,
And now I'm in
fuck her
so
in
much
terms of
pain.
pain.
Like,
Like,
get
shut
over it.
up.
Get over it. So
Go
that's my
use your
controversial statement.
hand.
Controversial statement of the week. Get the fuck over it. You're
Get
like,
over
literally,
it.
if you have a partner that does that to you and tries to guilt trip you,
No. No.
salga de allá.
Mándelo al carajo.
Not giving somebody an orgasm doesn't result in their death. So,
No, they're
just
perfectly
saying.
fine. They're just little whiny human beings with sad little souls that should listen to this podcast because they would enlighten them.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, gosh. Yeah, that was I hope that no I hope that that is thank you for that myth buster. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Myth
because I'm sure there's a
busted.
lot of relationships or people in relationships with partners that use that against them to like get more sex out of them, and that is a bunch of bullshit, and no one should do that to anybody.
Never.
And now here's the thing, though. I will say this. I do believe in sexual frustration. And I believe that when someone's saying, I'm have blue balls or blue lips, what they're really saying is that they're sexually frustrated.
Yeah.
They're not getting
Basically.
what they need.
Mhm.
And I've been there. I've been there plenty of times. where I wasn't getting what I needed from my partner, from a sexual standpoint. Um, but that's what you say. You say, you communicate and you say, hey, let's have a conversation about this. And it's a hard conversation to have, but you don't go ahead and start using manipulation to get what you need out of people. And saying blue balls or blue lips, that's just like really lowbrow. Like that's just like going really low, like energetic from an energetic standpoint. That's just really sad and pathetic. And the other thing is like it's just really manipulative and not okay.
Nope, not at all. All right, you guys. So going into our final segment of this episode,
The segment of the episode, yeah.
instead of Historia de la Corazón, we have Historia de la Vagina. And this one, Shazzy is gonna review this story with us today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So since we're doing like fact and myth, I'm going to go ahead and just pose the question. Is it possible for a penis to be too big for a vagina? Now, I did not research this. I'm just going on anecdotal stories.
I would say possibly yes.
Right?
That
Like
it
if
could be
like
a
you're like a
fact.
tiny person and then the dude is like super big. Like if you're like 5'4" and the dude's like 7 feet tall, like maybe anatomically that might not be a good match.
Yeah, no, I would say, yeah, maybe that could be a fact. Yeah.
Okay. So not going to say who it was from. I'm just going to share it. All right. So there was this young girl that went out on a blind date with her roommate. And they were college aged.
With her roommate or
sorry, she went out. She did a blind double date with her with her roommate.
Double date. Okay.
Exactly, double date. Sorry, with her roommate, and the roommate was like, "You're gonna love this person, and you're gonna have such a great time." Blah blah blah, and feel free to bring him back if you want to. I won't get mad. And the other person was like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm game for whatever. You're in your 20s and you're having fun. Whatevs. You go." So the girl meets the guy meets the girl. They like each other. They're like, vibing each other. And then the girl's like, "Hey, you want to head back to my place?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, of course." So he heads back and they start making out. They start getting a little hot and heavy. Next thing you know, he whips it out and the girl goes to grab it. And it was the size of it was the size, if you were watching on YouTube, it was the size of my hydro flask. Let's see how much water is held in here. 32 ounce, no, 709 milliliter. Yup, flask. Here's the visual.
That literally made me laugh.
Granted, this isn't the dark. Because it's, maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. This was after a night of partying and they're being young, 20-year-olds. And she's all excited and she goes to grab it and she can't her fingers are so far apart from each other. The radius is just too damn far. And she kindly declines. And she declines by saying, "We're not getting married, so I am just going to pass on this evening."
Oh my God.
Fucking God. And this college age dude is just like, "I'll be gentle, like don't worry, like you're gonna be okay. I'll go slow." And this lady is like, "I'm good. I'm calling it a night." Now, I would like to do some Googling after this and find out like what would happen to a woman's and vagina? Like, do you recover from that? Is it worth it for a one-night stand is my question. Is it worth it? It might be worth it if you're gonna your face is frozen. You're like, oh my God. But like,
My eyes are just like,
maybe it's worth it if you're gonna be in a relationship with this person. You know what I mean? He's gonna be the father of your children and whatever. But for like a one-night stand, is it worth it? I don't know. Write us and let us know what your experiences have been.
That I can't fucking process that. That's so funny. Like, imagine how that
Use your
guy.
visual faith.
I can't imagine. Like, did that guy leave there happy or sad? Did he leave there with the biggest ego in the world, or did he leave there
right?
with
All the
blue
questions.
balls?
Right, with the blue balls. Yeah. So many questions. I do not have the answers to those questions.
That left me perplexed. Oh my God. Holy
I am
shit.
6+.
That was crazy.
This section has left me sexpluxed.
Well, thank you to whoever sent in that story because it's pretty fucking hilarious.
I hope I did it justice.
I can't fucking imagine that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, keep sending us in your stories.
Please
Thank
do.
you, everyone. Before we go, if you have any stories to send us in, send it to info@thelatinagringas.com. And follow us on Instagram, follow us on social media. We have The Latina Gringas, always updating every single week on Instagram, every single week on YouTube. And also follow us on Instagram at TLG Faith and at Shazzy TLG. And this will conclude episode number 4.
We cracked our 4th cherry.
Oh, that's the best way to end this episode, Shazzy. You're a fucking genius.
You know.
Oh my
I've been
God.
told before.
Popping the 4th cherry.
Exactly. All right, amigos y amigas. Muchísimas gracias por escuchar nuestro episodio.
Yeah, 4º episodio.
Wow, I got that word right. I thought I was making that shit up. Look at me. My Spanish is better than I think.
Bilingual queen. Bilingual queen.
Bueno, mijos y mijas, los amo mucho. Muchísimas gracias por su apoyo y muchos besitos. Hasta la próxima semana. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.